got one day at the Iowa State Fair, a ridiculous list, and absolutely no idea what I've gotten myself into. But I'm always up for a challenge. Come on, let's go!
Life doesn't have an expiration date, so stop waiting and go do what makes you happy. I don't wait for someone to come along. Sometimes I bring friends, and sometimes I just go alone. And every adventure here leads to a dish inspired by the day. When I started planning this trip, I did what everyone does. I made a list. The butter cow, the big bull, fair food, rides, all those things you're apparently not allowed to leave Iowa without seeing. And trust me, I was planning to see as many of them as I could, but it didn't take long to realize that I was looking at the wrong list. I started in the 4-H building, and this was my first glimpse of just how much was happening behind everything I'd come here to see. Show projects, stalls, food entries, kids. These weren't things somebody threw together for Fair Week. These kids had been learning, growing, making, and preparing for this all year.
My name is William Blanchard. I'm from Sarah County. I have my raspberry jam to compete at the county level. I got first place there, and then I had to come to the state fair.
And once I started paying attention to the work behind the fair, I started seeing it everywhere. And 4-H was only part of it. Over in the livestock barns, I met FFA students who'd spent months raising and preparing animals to compete here. And apparently I had officially moved beyond spectator status. It's funny, and believe me, there was plenty to laugh about. But then I started understanding what I was really watching. This isn't just something they do at the fair. These kids aren't taking care of these animals for an hour after school. They're responsible for them every day, throughout the day, feeding them, cleaning up after them, working with them, getting them ready. This is one hell of a commitment. Every barn I walked into, somebody wanted to show me what they were doing.
Perfect, just like that. I milked the cow!
Just looking at the big bull wasn't enough for me. And the kids certainly don't have a monopoly on competition around here. Everywhere I turned, somebody had grown something, baked something, made something, or waiting for somebody to judge it. And then it was my turn to do a little judging. I had been invited to be an official judge for the Ugly Cake contest, and apparently I wasn't the only one who wanted to see this. It drew the largest audience of any food competition at the fair.
You're all so good. These are really creative kids in Iowa.
And just when I thought this couldn't get any more fun, Sandra Lee from the Food Network joined us to announce our winners.
I have to say, congratulations to all of you. Really incredible.
But there were still a few things on that ridiculous list that I wasn't giving up on. And then there's the food. Because at the Iowa State Fair, if you can put it on a stick, fry it, cover it in something, or somehow make it 3 pounds, somebody's going to eat it.
I got the pork chop on a stick and pork belly on a stick. This, of course, is what I've been waiting for. Oh my God.
Some people came here knowing exactly what they're getting year after year. Me? Of course, I had another ridiculous list.
Hot beef sundae. Mashed potatoes. That's good.
And then there was this. They can't all be winners.
Yeah. I can't fake it.
By late afternoon, I found Amanda getting ready to compete in the Cowgirl Queen contest. This was a big fair night for her, so I was incredibly grateful that she gave me even a few minutes when she had about 100 other things to be thinking about.
Hi, my name is Amanda Blanchard. I'll be representing the Horsemen of Iowa. I'm from Mason City, Iowa. And one fun fact about the Iowa State Fair is we are the only state fair to host the Iowa State Fair Cowgirl Queen contest.
And all that preparation paid off. Amanda finished in the top 15 out of nearly 60 competitors. I'd spent the whole day watching young people compete. Everywhere I looked, there was somebody behind them helping make it possible. Parents, families, clubs, farmers, everybody pitching in.
Hi! This is one of the fair queens. She knows my sister.
Hi, my name's Molly Johnson and I'm from Van Buren County.
Good luck tomorrow night, Molly.
Thank you.
Remember that ridiculous list? Yep, it started raining, and it spit rain whenever it felt like it for the rest of the afternoon. Yeah, it was ridiculous. I didn't finish my list, not even close. But by then, I really didn't care. I came to the Iowa State Fair thinking about the big bull, the butter cow, crazy food, and a few rides. And don't get me wrong, I loved all of that. But that's not what I'm going to remember most. I'm going to remember these kids, the incredible commitment they make, the families standing behind them, and all the people who welcomed me in and let me see a little bit of what goes into making this fair what it is. That's the Iowa State Fair I didn't know I was coming to see.
Wow, that was a full day at the Iowa State Fair, and it was so much fun. I am still here in Iowa, and I am in my mother's kitchen. She makes a great tenderloin, and Iowa is known for their tenderloin sandwich. So she and I did some brainstorming, and we came up with a wonderful state fair spin on the tenderloin, and that's what we're gonna make today. So you're gonna see her in the video a little bit helping me out. We're gonna start with our butterflied boneless pork chop. The first thing that we're gonna do actually is we're gonna put it in a heavy duty Ziploc bag just to keep some of the yuck down when we pound this out. We're gonna take the smooth side of our tenderloin tenderizer and we're just gonna pound this.
Okay, we're going to take it out of the bag and we're going to use the other end so it will texturize your tenderloin. No one wants a plain, flat tenderloin.
Okay, the final prep is we're gonna cut the fat or the shiny white skin part, whatever, off of around your tenderloin. It's not gonna be perfectly round, it's not gonna be smooth, and it's not supposed to be. All of our tenderloins are pounded out and ready to roll. And now it's time for the Angela State Fair twist. We're going to create a marinade. We're going to use 3/4 to 1 cup of buttermilk. We're gonna put it in a Ziploc. Make sure it's a gallon size Ziploc. And then to that, we're going to add just about a 1/2 cup of dill pickle juice. And this combination will make these tenderloin over the top tender. Oh my goodness, but the flavor is going to be amazing. So let's mix this together nicely. All right, now it's time to add our tenderloin. We're going to make sure that all the tenderloins are completely immersed in our marinade. And then we're going to leave this sit for about an hour in the refrigerator. And back, our tenderloins have marinated.
and I have our dredging station set up. I have our seasoned flour here. Here I have the extra buttermilk pickle juice marinade in here. I've added just a touch of milk to it, and I've also added 1 egg. And then this is our 2 cups of saltine crackers. And I have crumbled these until they're very, very fine. This will be our final breading for these beautiful tenderloins. And then I also have a wire rack in a cookie sheet set up. So let's get started. First thing we're gonna do is take our tenderloin and make sure we get all the excess marinade off of it. And we're just gonna place it into our flour mix, our seasoned flour. I'm gonna press it in there. There we go. It doesn't have to be overly thick. We just want flour all over it. Shake off the excess. And then we're just gonna do a quick run through of the marinade, extra marinade, and then right into our saltines. We are going to rest the tenderloin on a wire rack for 5 minutes minimum, just so the breading completely locks into the tenderloin before we fry. Next, we place our tenderloin in about a 1/2 inch of oil. The oil we want to be heated to about 275 degrees. We don't want it too hot because we don't want the crust to brown too quickly. We need that pork to cook. We're going to cook each side for about 3 minutes and 30 seconds until they are nice and golden brown. When both sides are nice and brown and crispy, we want to drain the tenderloin for just a few moments before we place it on a regular size hamburger bun. It's a tradition to serve it with mustard and white onion. And yes, the tenderloin sandwich looks ridiculous. That gigantic tenderloin on a tiny bun. But that is the Iowa tenderloin sandwich. Okay, let's see how these taste, ladies. Good. Until next time, eat deliciously, live fabulously, and thank you for letting me whisk you away.